So now we are going to do the theory part right now. Right? So in page number 8, I told you guys, right, some facts that you need to remember. So basically, what we were discussing in last week is, right, here we have class intervals, right, and the frequency. I am giving you a quick recap. Right? Class intervals and frequency. These are for group frequency. Yeah. These are for group frequency distribution tables. Why we use group frequency distribution tables over the ungrouped frequency distribution tables? Basically, if there are like less number of data than 30, right? Less number of the data than 30, right? So we can use ungrouped frequency table. Because we can count the number of data. Now think there are 200 data. You cannot use ungrouped frequency distribution table because the table might get bigger, right? Table like a table like. So you do not have enough space in your book to do that, right? Do that question. So we are going to use the group frequency distribution for that, right? So I told you guys the meaning of group. Group. So if we want to represent a group of data, right, in a single group, මාව ලැග් වෙනවද? guys මාව ලැග් වුණාද? මම හිතන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් ලැග් වුණා right? හරි. Right, good. So we are using group frequency table, right, to represent, right, more than 30 data, right? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් in the real life we are using group frequency table, right, to handle large set of data. So for that we are using a special group called class intervals. Class intervals. There are two limitations for that these class intervals, right? There are two limitations for these class intervals. Right? So for an example, last week we discussed 10 to 19, right? And 20 to 29 and 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and relevant frequencies are like 3, 6, 5 and 2. 3, 6, 5, 2. Right? So we told that this is the first class interval, and basically if you take this 10 to 19 range, we are taking it the class interval. And this one is also class interval, this one is also class interval, and this one is also class interval. And this one, right, frequency, this number 3, right, is related to this class interval. So for an example, I gave you, right, the meaning of this frequency as well, right? There are 3 values inside this class intervals, right? From 10 to 90. From 10 to 90, not between. Now. From 10 to 90. From 10 to 90, right? Including both 10 and 19 and also the values in between them. So you have to get the values for this class interval 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right? All the values included here are 10 values. Sorry, 10 values included here. Right? I will tell it again. 10 values are included here. Right? So those 10 values are including 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and also 19 are there. Right? In between this two ending points, right? In between these two margins, right? You can find 3 values, right? 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? 17, 18, 19. Any of the three values are included here, right? Any of the three values out of 10. Right? So here in this, among this class interval from 20 to 29, there are 6 values included. Right? From 30 to 39, 5 values are included. Right? From 40 to 49, 2 values are included in this. Right? Here now, right? That is the quick recap that I want you to understand, right? So that is the thing that we did in the last week, correct? And also we did something like how to define the number of class intervals as well, right? Right. So I cannot remember. Did we write down the RF equation under that subtitle? Under this subtitle, defining the number of class intervals, there is a small space down your left, bottom left, right? There is a small space, right? In the bottom left of the page number 8, did you write this equation? Number of class intervals right equals range divided by class size or class width, right? Or you can use class size as well, doesn't matter, right? In your exam sometimes they might give the word class size, right? Or class width, right? You can refer both. Right, guys, did we write this? I believe maybe yes or no? I believe yeah, I think believe right. But yes, thanks Lee. Ridika right. Right. So if you have been given the class width, you know how to find the range by looking at the data set. Right? By looking at the data set, you know how to find the range. Right? This is okay. You can do that. They should give the class interval. Right? So they should give the class width or the class size. The class size is called this. Right? From 10 to 19, there are 10 values included. 10 values. Right? Then my 19 minus 10 එතන තියෙන 9 circle. හරිද? ඔව් 9 තමයි තියෙන්නේ. But you have to include this one as well. 10 you need to include. Right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 90. 10 values are there. So those 10 values are called the class width or the class size. So if in the exam they ask from you calculate the number of class intervals, they should give this, make them note. Then you can find range divided by class interval or class size. Then you can find this number of class intervals. On the other hand, right? On the other hand, they can ask from you guys, right? What is the number of class intervals? They can ask from you, right? Calculate the number of class intervals. Then, sorry, yeah. First of all, they might ask calculate the number of class intervals, and they should give class width. And on the other hand, they might ask what is the class width or class size. In that place, right? They might ask this one from you, and in that particular case, they need to give number of class intervals in the question, right? In order to find that, you know how to find the range. Doesn't matter if they are asking from you to find the class width or class size, right? This one, they need to give you this, right? Either this one or this one should give. And if otherwise you cannot find. Right. So, I think we have done two examples for this one and this one as well. Right. In example number 1 and example number 2. And most importantly, Harith, if you are calculating number of class intervals, right, or class width, right, now think you got a decimal number. For an example, 12.2. For example, 12.9. For this one, or this one. Harith, this is not the answer that you need to keep. This is not the answer that you need to give them. You need to round up this. Right? ඔයාලා round up කියන value එකට familiar නෑ වැඩිය. In your school, you are using round off to the greatest whole number. හරි? Greatest whole number. Round off to the greatest whole number. හරි. So 12.2, when you are rounding off to the greatest whole number, this becomes 13. Because here you have 0.2. Just started. Find there. 30, right? 12.9, almost 13, right? Greatest number, whole number, 30. So, your class intervals, number of class intervals will be 13, or your class width or class size will be 30, right? For an example, right? So, that is the recap that I gave you, right? And also, we did something like this, Nick, in the page 9. Then we have done example number 1, example number 2. Yes or no? Abhi kara example number 1 and example number 2 hai ude. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. Then in the page number 11, right? In the page number 11 අර මම ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. අර tables දෙකක් දීලා තියෙනවනේ. Example number 1 එකට example number 2 එකට. හරිද? So, did you notice something in the class intervals? Right? Did we discuss that part? Yes. Hari? I will, however, right? Because if you cannot remember this part, you cannot continue the rest. Hari? Continue කරන්න බෑ. හරිද? So මම දන්නවනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ හැටි සෑහෙන්න පාඩම් කරනවා. හරි. අට්ටන පාඩම් කරනවා. දැන් exam තියෙන්නේ මේ some of you guys might have exam in this week. හරිද? Some of you guys might have exam in the after December 5 නේ. December 5 නේ පටන් ගන්න. දැන් මේ සතියේ you will be given the holidays. මේ සතියේ holidays දෙනවා. Then after that you will get schools will be started on November. No. December 15th. මතක නෑ, right? December 15th නෙමෙයි. December 5th of December, right? හරි? මට මතක නෑ හැටම. හරි? කොහොම හරි ඔතන පටන් ගන්න. හරි? ඔතනට එනකොට දැන් ඔන්න ඔතනනේ exam එක තියෙන්නේ. හරි? ෆුල් ආතල් එකේ ඉන්නා මේ දවස් ටික. ෆුල් ජොලි අම්මනේ. ඊට පස්සේ අවසාන දවස් 2-3 විතර එනකොට අඩේ මම පාඩම් කරේ නෑ නේද? හරි? මේ සතියක ඒවා මතක නැතිකොට කොහොමද පුතා ඔයාලා සති 3ක ඒවා මතක තියාගන්නේ? හරි? සති 3ක් කොහොමද මේ දැන් කරපුවා මතක තියාගන්නේ? මම දන්නවා ලොවෙත් ඔයාලට මතක නැහැ කියලා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා අර මේ පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකේ දෙනේම ටික ලොවෙත් කරන්න. හරිද? මෙහෙමයි. පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකට ආපුවාම හරිද? ගොඩක් කට්ටිය දැන් එන්නේ නැති සෙට් එකේ ඉන්නවනේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ හෙන්න මොරාල් ඉන්නේ. මොකද දන්නවද? මම මේක රෙකෝඩ් එකට දාලා හරි. So I have given you something here. හරි. Did you notice something in the class intervals, right? Try to compare the ending point of the first class interval and the starting point of the second class interval as well, right? Then I told you guys, right, in last week, if you are going to represent a length measurement or a mass, right, or like time, right? There are decimal places, right? There are decimal places. Now, in the previous example that we discussed, right, the first class interval is this 10 to 90. Second class intervals is this 20 to 29. Now, this is the end point of the first class interval, right? Endpoint. And this is the starting point of the starting point of the second class interval. Right? This. Now there is a gap between 19 and 20. Right? Between these two values, there is a gap. Make there is a gap. Now, where are you going to put 19.1, 19.2, 19.5, 19.9, right? If you have some kind of a data set like this, 19.1, 19.2, 19.3, 19.9, blah, blah, blah. Right? Where you are going to put these values because there is a gap, right? Between 19 and 20, there is a gap. So you cannot put this value or this value or this value or this value into one of these two class intervals. මේ දෙකෙන් එකකටවත් දාන්න බෑ. You cannot put one these data, right? Or in one of to one of these groups. හරි මේ දෙකේ එකකටවත් දාමීමට නොහැක. You cannot put them because there is a gap in between 19 and 20. Right? So now what we need to do? So that is the thing that we discussed earlier. So we are going to close the gap. Right? So we are going to close the gap. Right? So how we are going to close the gap? So here we have 10 to 19. Right? So the modified class intervals will be right 10 to 19. I will extend that, right? Like 10 to 20. Right? So 20 is the starting point of the second class interval. Right? Then 20 and I will begin this value from 20. So doesn't matter. 20 to 30. Right? This has been extended by 1. Right? So 29 plus 1, 30. Then I'll take this value here. 30. Right? So the class width is 10. Right? If you see the example number 1, class width is 10. 10 plus 10, 20. 20 plus 10, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. Right? 40 plus 10, 50. So now, if you consider the ending point of the previous class interval and the starting point of the next class interval, right? Same values, right? So the gap has been closed. So we can put like if you want to put 20.1, right? 20.1 is included here. 20.1, right? 29.9. It is included here. Okay, because 30 is the maximum value. And if you have like 30.5, this data should be included here. Okay. Then can anyone tell me 50.1? Right, 50.1. Is there a class interval? Yes or no? For this, please send me an answer. For 50.1, is there a class interval? Yes or no? Is there a class interval? Yes or no? හරි guys. දැන් මේ මම රෙකෝඩින් එක දාන්න අමුතුවෙන් මට පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න ඕනේ. හරි. ඉස්සෙල්ලා දාලා තිබුණේ නෑ. හරි. Example number 1 in the page number 11. Example number 1 in the page number 11. Right. The masses of 20 students in a class are given below to the nearest kilogram. Right. The masses of 20 students in a class are given below to the nearest kilogram. Right. Then you have 20 data right here. Then the question that they are asking is construct a group frequency distribution with 4 class intervals. Right, number of class intervals has been given because this is the first one. Hari, for your understanding, I have given all the things. 4 class intervals of size 3. So there should be 4 class intervals. Right, number of class intervals are 4. Right, 4, and the class size or the class width is 3. Right. So for my reference, for my understanding, I will highlight them. Right, so that I am not going to tabulate. Sorry, patla gandan I am not going to mess up. Right? So like this, number of class intervals. So you can underline or you can highlight the words. Right, the words are 4 class intervals and size 3. Number of class intervals is 4 and class size has been given, which is 3. Right? So I will read the rest. Right? Let us take the first class interval as 20 to 23. Right? 20 to 23. So they have given us. So if you look at that, right? So you have like starting point is 20, ending point is 23. And also the class size is 3. Right? That means 20 plus 3, 23. Correct? 20 plus 3, 20, 23. So my first class interval is 20 to 23. Correct? So since the minimum value is 21, right? If you look at the above data set 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, blah, blah, blah. Correct? There are 20 data and the minimum value is 21. What did I told you last week? Right? When you are defining the class interval, right? So you might better, right? Make a කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ පුතේ, right? This is not necessary, right? If your minimum value of the data set is like 21 or 28, right? So think for a different data set, right? Minimum value is 21, right? And you might, right, better start the class interval from 20, right? Subtract 1. එකක් අඩු කරන්න. Subtract 1. Right? Then for another data set, for another example, so I will say this is the example number 1 and this is the example number 2. The minimum value is 28, right? And it would be better if you can begin from not 28. You can start the class intervals, writing down the class intervals from 27. Right? Doesn't matter. This is actually not necessary. Right? Not necessary. If you want, you can start from 21 as well. class, writing down the class intervals, you can begin from 21 as well. Doesn't matter, it's same. Doesn't matter. You can start writing down the class intervals from 28 as well. Right? Ega වදයක් කරගන්න එපා ඔයාලා. Right? Right? Don't think too much about that. You can start writing down the class intervals from 21 as well, 28 as well. And if you want, you can get the minus one thing as well, from starting from 20. Right? If you want, doesn't matter. ගොඩක් ඉඳන් එපා. Don't think too much. හරි. Okay පුතේ. Right. So this is our example. Right? Don't you have a question now? ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැද්ද කියලා? Yes. Yes, you should have.
No.
Yeah. How the class intervals is defined. හරි කොහොමද class intervals define කරලා තියෙන්නේ? Right? Okay, I will explain you. හරිද? So we are going to close the gap. We are going to close the gap. හරි for the group frequency distribution. Right? Now for the group frequency distribution, we are going to close the gap. But in last week we didn't close. Right? In last week for the group frequency data table, we didn't close the gap. Right? But we are going to now close the gap. Right? So my class size is 3. Class size is 3. Right? And here by using the class size 3, 20 plus 3, 23. So we are going to close the gap. Right? So I need to start the next class interval from 23. Right? Class size is 3, 26. 23 plus 6. Right? 23 plus 3, 26. Next one. Starting from 26. Right? 26 plus 3, 29. Nice. Now how many class intervals are there? 1, 2, 3. So how many class intervals that I need to write? 4 class intervals. So I have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So another one has to be written. Right? 29. Right? Right? පුතා මේ ඉතලේ ඕනේ නැහැ හරි. You no need to put this one. For your reference, I gave it. Right? 29, 29. Ending point is 29. Starting point is 29. 29 plus 3, 32, right? Right. So these are the 4 class intervals that you are going to define. Arut, please write this. Guys, please write this. 20 plus.
So only the number. Only the numbers. That 20 minus 23.
This is not minus, 20 to 23.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. 23 to 26. Here you have first, right, under the box, right? You have to write. First, let us define all the 4 class intervals, right? So these are the 4 class intervals, right? So we are defining them. 20 to 23, first class interval. Second class interval is 23 to 26. The next class interval is 26 to 29. The last class interval is 29 to 32. Now we are going to understand something very important. Right? මේක හොඳට අහගන්නයි. Right? Please listen this very carefully. Next, the next thing that I am going to explain is very important. Right? ಅದು ಒಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಇನ್ನು ರೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಂದಾಗ red Hiruja. Right, okay guys, finish. So now the important thing comes up. And Ledja. So right, the important thing is last week what we did, right? So now don't capitalize from the things that we did in last week and the things that we are going to do now. Right? පටල ගන්න එපා. Don't mess up. Right? So last week we did something like this. 22, 22. Right? 20 to 22. And we started from 23. 23 to 25. Right? And here 26. 26 to 28. Right? 29 to 31. These are from last week, right? Within last week, class intervals, right? Class intervals, CI. Come in. Right? Last week, class intervals. So we refer these things. Because there is a gap. 22 to 23, there is a gap. 5 to 6, there is a gap. But when you see this class interval, there is no gap. That is one of the important point. So now we have closed the thing, and also what can you tell about the boundaries of them? Right? Boundaries 20, 22. Okay. So both of the boundaries should be included for this class interval 20, 21 and 22. Right? All the values are included. 20, 21, 22. Right? These are the boundaries. Right? Keep that in your mind. When this is not close, right? Class interval close right? If the class interval is not close, you have to take all the values, including 20, 22 and 21. Right? Here 23 is included, 24 is included, 25 is included. Right? I gave you these things in the last week in the important point. Right? We wrote down them. Right? I have given these things. 26 included. Right? 27 included and also 28. Here 29 included, 30 included, 31 included. Right? So however the class width is more. Don't try to there. Class width is 3. Class width is 3. And also the class width here is also 3. Right? The class width here is also 3. Right? Right. So what are the 3 values that we need to take here by looking at this? What are the three values that we need to take? The 3 values that you are going to take is this. Keep your eye on the board. Right? Now I am going to remove this. Right? After discussing this, I will give you the break. Right? අපි පවුනත් කියලා අහන්න බෑනේ. එහෙම වුණා නම් මම ටක් ගාලා දෙනවා. කවුරුත් කරුවෙත් නැහැ, කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. හරි. හරි. Okay. So again for this class interval is also the class with 3. Yeah? You are not going to count 20, 21, 22, 23. There are 4 values. Class size is 3. But there are 4 values. The question is, right? The question that I am going to ask is, here you have 23 and here also you have 23. 23 on the 2 places. Right? Okay, now think like this. Now here you have a data. It is 23. Right? So I will tell this is my first class interval, second class interval, third class interval and the fourth class interval. So මේ ඔයාලා ඉස්කෝලේ කතා කරලා තියෙනවනේ. So tell me the answer. Right? So I have a data for 23. Right? And which interval are you going to put this? 1 or 2? You can send me the answer. Which class interval are you going to put this 23 data? In the first class interval or the second class interval? One or two? One no. First class interval or second class? 23 right? There are 23s in both places. Both places. එවන්ද ඉතින් දැන් ඉස්කෝලේ කරලා යන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ මීටර්නේ එවන්ද first class. Yeah, so it should be first class. So now I am going to no, after the break I will explain it to you. හරි නැත්තම් ඔය break එකේ 100 ඉන්න ඊට පස්සේ ඔබ තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව යනවා. Right, okay. So මේක what I was telling you is right before the break, right? This I was asking from you guys, this data point 23 is related to the or belongs to number first class interval, number 1 class interval, or number 2, right? This one or this one. So most of you guys said it this 23 third data point, 23 data point is related to this one. Yes, that is correct. That is correct, right? And how do you define that? And also I am asking another one, right? If I gave you like the data point 20, right? Data point 20, which class interval you are going to put this 20 into, right? Is there any class interval? Yes or no? Is there any class interval to put this or no? Please send me the answer. Right, what about others? Right. So I will explain this again, right? So guys, so what did I told you earlier is, so you guys cannot put 20 inside this class interval. Because of that, I told you guys earlier in last week, right? If your minimum value of the data set, is 21, right? You have to subtract 1 from this, right? So if you subtract 1 from this, you will get 20. This will be the starting point. This will be the starting point of the first class interval. That is the important thing that you need to keep in your mind, right? If you have a minimum value of a data set, right? Suppose it is like 21, right? You need to start the first class interval by negating 1 from that. 21 negate 1, you will get 20. That is the starting point of the first class interval. For an example, another one. So I will take the minimum value is like 32, correct? Negate 1. So your starting point of the first class interval is 31, right? 31 to some extent. 31. You have to start from 31. That is the one of the important point you need to remember. So because the first value, this 20 will not be included here. Because of that, right? So we have to define the range of the first class interval like this, right? The values which are greater than 20, and less than or equal to 23. Less than or equal to 23, right? So all the values, right, in between these two, right? So 21, 22, 23 are inside this first class interval. And if we consider a second class interval, right, 23 to 26, right? So 23, the value 23 is included in the first class interval, not in the second class interval, because you are defining the value range, the values greater than 23, right? Not equal, greater than, right? If you can remember the inequality lesson, the values greater than 23 and less than or equal 26, right? So the values can be taken 22, 23, sorry, 24, 25, 26. So those three values should be included here. Here, 21, 22, 23. Those three values should be included here, right? So then you can fill the gaps in the given examples. The values greater than 20, but less than or equal 23, right? Belongs in 20 to 23 class interval. Correct? Belongs in 20 to 23 class interval. Right? You can fill the blanks. Huh? Belongs 20 to 23. Right? These are the greater than 20 but less than or equal to 23. Correct? So then next one is, right? What is the meaning of the first class interval name? So you have to correct it. What is the meaning of the second class interval, which is 23 to 26? Please correct them. Then what is the meaning of the third class interval, which is 26 to 29? Then what is the meaning of the uh, fourth class interval, which is 29 to 32? Please correct them like this. Correct? Then fill the blanks according to this. Taggal fill kara. I think you have done it right now. Already දැනම කරලත් ඇති. Correct? Now the most important part is done. Na? පුතා මෙන්න මේක keep that in your mind. අර minimum value එකෙන් 1 you are going to subtract. Right? Keep that in your mind. And also this is the second important point that you need to remember for the group frequency. Right? Group frequency and close gap. When you are going to close the gap, this is the definition. Correct? If you have close gap, this is the definition. If you do not close, it doesn't matter. All the values for the class interval is belonging to the same class intervals, right? Respectively. So Ritik, here you have what is the meaning of the first class interval, which is 20 to 23. That is first one. Alright. Then I have repeated the same thing over the page, right? For the fourth one, third one, and sorry, second one, third one, and fourth one. So you have to correct them out. Like, what is the meaning of the first class interval, which is 20 to 23? What is the meaning of the second class interval, which is 23 to 26? Right? What is the meaning of the first class interval, which is 26 to 29? And what is the meaning of the fourth class interval, which is 20 to 32? Correct? And fill the blanks according to this. Right? The values greater than 20 but less than or equal to 23, right? Then the second one, the values greater than 23, right, but less than or equal to 26 belongs in 20 to 23, right? Then the values greater than 26, right, but less than or equal to 29 belongs in 26 to 29 class interval, right? Then last one, the values greater than 29, the values greater than 29 but less than or equal 32 belongs in 29 to 32. හරිද? Right. So I will share the screen. So now this is the screen and we have done up to here. We go wait, right? Right. So what you need to understand here is, and guys, if you want, you can write like this as well, right? So what I was telling is, right? So the meaning of this class interval is, right, greater than 20, right, and less than 23, right, less than or equal to 23, right? So the the values required is, right. So the values that you can put inside this class range is 21, 22, 23. So those are the values that you can put here. Are the right. Then here what you need to do is you need to do the correction. This is second class interval. Right? Second class interval. And second class interval is 23 to 26. Right? Metana 23 to 26. And in front of this, right? In front of this, you can write greater than 23, right? Less than or equal to 26. Greater than 23, less than or equal to 23, 26. So, so what are the values that included here? 20 starting from 24, right? Because not included 23 because greater than 23. 24 is greater than 23, then 25, right? And finally 26. So you can write the rest of this here and for this one as well. This is third class interval and this is fourth class interval. And rename these things as well. You have to rename karaganda. And you have to repeat this sentence over and over again. And you have to fill the blanks. Right? So it is up to you, right? So I hope you can understand. You have to use these data set, right? 20 data set to fill the below table. Right? In a table, this table you have to use the above data set to fill. Right? Right. So we have defined the class intervals. So those class intervals, these 4 class intervals should be inside the first column of the table. Right? Then use the tally marks according to the data. Right? And according to this definition, you have to use. Right? Let me know once you finish. You can send me D. Ritik has done. Super. Hirule, did you finish? You are
No, sir.
Terunante.
How is it?
Aul, did you understand this one? Mega Teruna?
No, sir.
Huh? Did
No,
you?
sir.
If you can understand this one, why can't you fill the table? So these are the class intervals. So this is same thing like previous. Right? So give it a try. So if you can understand which values should be inside this class interval, right? This range, right? You can use the tally marks, and you can fill the frequency table, right? Sarlai. right? Very easy. If you can understand which values should I include, right? I should include in this range between 20 to 23, right? By looking at the previous, by looking at the above data set, right? By looking at the above data set, 20 data set, right? You can figure it out which values that I need to put in this range. Which values that I need to put in this range. Which values that I need to put in this range in order to fill the table. Right? Right. Okay. So guys, I think some of you guys have done. Right? Okay, Uda. Look at the board. Right? So I will write down the data set as it 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, and again 22, 23, 23, and 24. Then 24, 24, 24, right? Now 25. Here 26, 26, 28, 29, 29, 30, 31, 30, 31. Now I am doing this lesson very slow. මම පට්ට slow එකේ කරන්නේ so that you guys can understand. හරිද? මේක දැන් සති 3ක් හරි. මේක පාඩම. හරි? මේක ඒ තරම් වැදගත්. හරිද? Right. So first value 21. Hiruja, what is the class interval that I can put? 21. First one, second one, third one, fourth one.
First one.
Okay. Telima. So 21, 21. 1, 2. Right. 22. Hiruja.
First one.
Okay, first one. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. The value 23. Virgin. Value 23. Here. This one. Which class interval? Virgin. Which class interval? First one or second one? No, don't take too much time. Hurry. Milav ganne ba. Right? This 23 value 23. Oh, right. Say with me. Tell me which is the class interval that you are going to put 23. First one or second one? Say with me. මේ ඔය මයික් එක ඔන් කරලා කතා කරන්න. කවුරු හරි කමන්න. Right, Yusuf.
Sir, කැඩි කැඩි යන්නේ.
Okay, sorry, sir. So 23. Hari, tell me anyone. Which class interval? First one or second one? Yusuf.
Oh.
First class interval or second class interval?
No.
Huh?
First class.
Yeah, first class.
First.
20. Yeah, this one. And again 23, first class interval. Hari? Right. So 24. Ritik. උත්තර දෙන්න පරක්කු වගේ නම් මම ටස්ක් එක මාරු කරනවා right? Yeah, second one. Right? 24 belongs to this. Right? Greater than 23. So this one here, this one here, and 25. Now the commission. 25. Which class interval? 1, 2, 3, 4. Two. Yeah. Bituni 26. Bituni 26. පුතේ ඔයාලා grade 10 වලට එනවනම් හරිද? mic set එක හදාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් එන්න බා class. හරි? grade 10 වලට class එකට එනවනම් ඔන්න අම්මලාත් ඉන්නද පිටිපස්සේ. හරි mic set එක හදාගෙන ඉන්න. right නැත්තම් mic set එක හදාගන්න බැරි නම් මට කියන්න. I will send you mic. මම එවන්නම්. අර bluetooth speaker මේකක් එවන අර headset එකක් නේ. right කවුද මම කාගෙන් ඇහුවේ මිතුණෙක්ගෙන් හරි. second one. හරි. okay. second one ඕන්න තේරිලා නැහැ. 26. නෑ second
Third.
බීමඩ කිව්වා just joking. අර physical class එකේ නම් මම අහනවා second one. මිතුණි second one ද? yes second one තමයි හරි. right 26 is belongs to second one. Right so because we are defining the class interval like this greater than 23 but less than no equal 26. So 26 should be inside this, right? So values that we can take is 24, 25, 26. So 26 should be here, correct? And also this one. So already we have like 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah. So 28. Kaudahan. 28. Dinogi. Which class interval? First, second, third, fourth. 28. Dinogi 28. That scared me. Right. Third one. හැබැයි grade 10 වල නම් කාගෙන්වත් මම ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නෙත් නෑ උත්තර දෙන්න නැත්නම් කට ඇරලා mic එක on කරලා උත්තර දෙන්න බැර නම් එන්න එපා. හරි මම chat එක බලන්නෙත් නෑ වෙලාව යනවනේ. chat එක බලන්නෙත් නෑ මම. හරි කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය එන්න මම ගොළු ගයට class කරන්නේ. yeah third one. 28. නැත්නම් මම මේක තනියම කරලා දාන්න. හරිද? 29. This 29. This 30. This මේකට 31. This. Alright. So here 5 plus 4 9 frequency 9. This is 5 3 2. Alright. Online class එකක් කරනවා කියන එක ලේසි නෑනේ. හරිද? Like a physical class. Alright. හැම එක්කෙනාම කතා කරන්න ඕනේ නැත්තම් එන්න එපා. යන්න නැත්තම් class තියෙනවා හරි. උද සුපිරි class තියෙනවා මට වැඩිය. මේකට වැඩිය පට්ට class තියෙනවා උදේ. මේ that you need to okay. Guys, did you understand this? මේක තේරුණාද?
Yes, sir.
Hey, yes or no? නැත්තම් you can put yes. හරි මම මේ මානවා. If you have any questions you can ask from me. Right? If you have any questions you can ask from me. Right. Okay, look like no questions. Hi. Hi. No one is asking me. Okay, I hope you can understand. Okay, Buddha. So, shall we do this example number 2? Right, Buddha. So, do the first one and second one. In example number 2, do the first question and second question. That's correct. So you guys know how to do them ne? Make a current right example number 2. And send me the answers for the first one and second one. කරනව. Right. Right. Julia has done. And Senatmia, I think, has sent me the answers. For the first one, she's saying 23. Okay, Julia has sent me the both. Super, huh? Yeah. So let's check. Hiruja, I think, yeah, both are correct. You asked. Okay, brother. So look at the board. Focus on the board. Now, Muput karande ba. Right? All of you guys need to keep your eyes on board. Right? Range. So range. The maximum value minus minimum value. Right? Maximum value is 55. Minimum value is 32. Right? If you get the subtraction of this, you will get 23. Right? So your answer should be this for the range. Right? And they have given you find the size of the class. Size of the class. Right? Directly, if you can remember the equation, right? You can write class width equals range divided by number of classes. Right? Class width equals range divided by number of classes, but I have written down the original one. Number of classes equals range divided by class width. And right? I am going to substitute. Right? Find the size of the class interval if the number of class intervals are 5. Number of class intervals are 4. Class intervals are 5. Right? So I have to substitute. So we have found the range which is 23 and we have to find the class size or class width, whatever. Right? So I will refer it to class size. Right? Width or size, whatever. Right? So I have to take class width here and this 5 goes to the denominator. Right? Class size is the subject. Now I am going to find the answer. 23 divided by 5. Right? 5 times 4, 20. 4.6. 4.6 means so the class size will be approximately equal to 5. Right? Round off to the greatest whole number. 4.6 round off to the greatest whole number 5. So your class size should be 5. There should be 5 class intervals as it. Right? Number of class intervals 5 and class size or the class width is also 5. Both are 5. Right? And in the inside the blanks they have given, right? So Buddha, if you read the question carefully, right? If you read the question carefully, right? What you have to do here, right? Construct the group frequency table, right? Group frequency table, right? So Buddha, so me etana Buddha hada gandena meka, right? Right? So you have to fix the value range, right? You have to fix the value range, right? Yeah. This is not ungrouped, but this is group, right? Right. So there is something wrong. So you have to correct better. Inside the blanks, right? Inside the blanks, I have given 31 to 35, right? It should be like 31 to 36, right? So this should be the first class interval. In the third question, construct the group frequency table using the 5 class intervals such as 31 to 36, right? Then 36 to 41, right? So on and so forth, right? You have to define like this because it is a group class interval, grouped. Group 9, you have to use that. But I have here given the ungrouped frequency. Right? So I told you guys because of the reason. මෙතන මම reason එක කියලා තියෙනවා මේ ඔයාලට ගිය සතියේත් මම කියන්නේ නැති. right? සමහර විට මගේ මම හදන ටියුට් එක එළියට ගියොත් එහෙම අවුල්නේ මම මෙහෙ මාංශ වෙලා ටියුට් එකක් හදලා ඒක එළියට ගියොත් එහෙම so that I do some kind of mistake, right? කියන්නේ හිතලම කරනවා. right? right? So පුතා මෙතන so the group frequency table that you need to make is right? So first one class interval. Right? First column is class interval. Then you should have tally marks. Then you should have tally marks. Right? Then you should have the frequency or the F column. Right? Now look at the board. Right? Right? Now forget the things what is inside the at the end, right? Third question at the end you have such as something. So forget the now according to the theory that I taught you. Mama ugandapu theory එකේ විදිහට how you are going to fill the class interval, right? Okay. First think about the minimum value of the class data set. First think about the minimum value of the data set. Now try to think what is the minimum value? 32. 32.
32.
Yeah, 32 is the minimum value. Now think, if you have a minimum value, how you are going to define the first class interval starting point? Now think. If you have the minimum value, which is 32, how you are going to define the starting point of the first class interval? Can anyone say? Important point 1. That is the first important point I told you guys earlier. Right? Can anyone say? Message na anyone demand? Can anyone say? නැත්ද මතක නැද්ද? If the minimum value is 32, how you are going to define your first starting point of the first class interval? 32 minus 1 ne 31. From 31 you are going to define the class interval. And from 31. So this is the starting point. So in your bracket you have 31. Right? Inside your bracket you have 31. 31 to 35 in a way 36. It should be 36. 31 to 36. So what is the class size that you have found? Class size is 5. If you want to take size class size 5, right? You are going to add 5 to this because you are using grouped class interval, so the gap is closed. 31 plus 5, 36. Right? 31 plus 5, 36. So let's see. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So there are 5 values. Greater than 31, less than or equal 36. Right? We are not going to include 31, but right? If you can remember the definition that we write down earlier, right? Meaning of this class interval is the values greater than 31, less than or equal 36, less than or equal 30. So 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So class width is 5. Right? So this is the first class interval. Second class interval starting point is same. Add 5 to this. 36 plus 5, 41.
42.
42 then. The 41 then. 36 plus 5,
41.
41. So starting point of the third class interval 41. 41 plus 5,
46.
46 plus 5,
52.
51.
51.
And then starting point is 51. 51 plus 5,
62.
56.
56.
So how many number of class intervals should be there? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now I am going to use the tally marks. Right. 36. The first one is 36. So 36. Guys, tell me please. Right, 36 should be in the first class intervals for second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one.
Second one. First one.
First one. Right? 36 belongs to first one. 32.
First one.
First one. 40.
Second one.
Second.
Second
Third.
one. Second one.
Second.
Right? 42. Hadisyan never use it. Don't be too hurry. Hurry.
Third one.
42. Third one. 47.
Fourth.
Fourth.
Fourth. Super. 48.
Fifth.
48.
Fourth one.
Fourth.
48. Fourth one. 52.
Fifth.
Fifth one. 52. Again fifth one. 33.
First.
First one.
Fifth one. 38.
Second one.
Second.
Second one. 42.
Third.
Third.
Third one. 42. Again third one.
Third.
43.
Third.
And 44.
Third.
Third.
55.
Fifth one.
Fifth one. 53.
Fifth one.
Fifth.
45.
Fourth.
45. Third one.
Third one.
Third one. 44.
Third one.
44. Third one. 42. Third one.
Third one.
38.
Second one.
Second. 39.
Second.
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 Okay. So your frequencies should be third one, fourth one. So fourth, 5 plus 4, 9. Right?
11.
Is
9.
2. Fourth. Right? Guys, please raise hands up. Who got this? Earlier I have done a mistake, any? So sorry. Hi. So Buddha, now you have done this only. And in your example number 3, example number 3, right? In the example number 3, your ranges should be, right? In the third question, example number 3, third question, right? Example number 3, third question, right? Example number 3, third question. Your ranges should be such as, right? Such as 16 to 22, right? 16 to 22 and blah blah blah, right? Okay, make up as fast as you can. Do this example number 3 as fast as you can. Do the example number 3. Right? Mama hitapu vidiyara hitanda, right? The way that I think, you need to think the same way. Harida මේක ඩස් කාලා ගාලා මට ඩන් එකක් දාන්න. මේක උදා හරියටම කරන්න ඕන. හරි සුපිරියර් මේක කරන්න ඕන. right? Right, Puthala. Now, so first of all, they have given you to find the range max minus mean. So your max value is 73 in the data set, right? The minimum value is 70. So you would get the answer as 56. You would get the answer as 56 for the range. Now, this is the formula, this is the equation that I am going to use to find the number of class intervals of class width. You can use this one, right? So they have they are asking find the size of the class interval, right? Find the size of the class interval. Right? So this one. So and size of the class interval ඒක පටල ගන්න එපා පුතේ. හරිද? Don't tabulate it. This is the number of class intervals and this is the size or the width. Alright, with the size or the width. Alright. Right. So I am using this equation to find the size of the class interval of width. Alright. Right. Now they have given if the number of class intervals are 10, now you need to find the size. Alright. Right. So how do we do that? So they have given number of class intervals which are 10, which is 10. Alright. The range we have found it 56, and we have to find the class width or the class size, right? Class width, or whatever class size, so class width doesn't matter, right? If I do the cross multiplication, then I will make class width as the subject, right? Now make a class width as a subject. So 56 divided by this goes to the denominator, left hand to right hand. Okay. 56 divided by 10, 5.6, or the 5.6. So if you round this value to the greatest whole number, it will give you 6. Right? So your class width should be 6, right? Number of class intervals should be 10, right? Now I am taking my pencil, right? And I am putting some numbers here, right? Because we have to define 10 class intervals. 10 class intervals. I am taking my pencil and I'm right very smallly, right? I am going to put numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I know where should I stop. Otherwise, I have to count again and again and again, right? Otherwise, I have to count the number of class intervals, how many class intervals are there, now how many class intervals are there, now how many class intervals are there, right? So that to avoid that, I am using my pencil and very small font. I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and laterly I can erase them. Okay. So what is my data set? So this is my data set, right? Right? Okay, come on. However, right? So what is the minimum value? Minimum value of the data set is 17. Now think, right? Now you haven't been given this mayor such as blah blah blah. Now think you do not have that. Right? Now think you do not have that. Right? In the third example number 3, third question, at the end you have been given such as inside parenthesis 16 to 22 and blah blah blah. Forget that. Now you do not have such kind of thing. Now you are going to make a logic, right? And you are going to build logic how to find the class intervals. Now think, first one. Here you have a data set, right? And the minimum value of the data set is 17. You know that. What is the important point that you need to remember? 17 minus 1, 16. 16 is the starting point of the class interval. First class is 16. And this is a group frequency, right? Group quantity. And group frequency, you are going to close the gap, right? You are going to close the gap. So that when you are doing this, right, you need to actually you need to use such as thing. Or such as kila dila dina waranga tuli. Ekin patan ganne ka nuwanta uri. Sometimes they might give unclosed gaps. හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ close කරලා නැති ඒවා දෙන්නත් ඉඩ තියෙනවා හොඳේ. Close කරලා නැති ඒවා හරි. But fortunately this class interval has been closed. 16 to 22 such as 22 to 28. හරි. ඒවා මම rename කරගන්න. මම කිව්වනේ third question එක rename කරගන්න කියලා. Such as 16 to 22, right, comma 22 to 20, right? So you have to use this, right? So my first class interval, right, I am going to define them. Starting point is 16. Actually, no need to define. Here you have been given, but I am telling you to how to get there, right? And class size or class with 6. 16 plus 6 22 ne? 22. So first class interval is done. So second class interval, you have to begin from 22. You are going to add class interval, class size 6, 28. Then starting from 22, 28, add 6, 34. Starting from 34, add 6, 36. Starting from 36, add 6, 42. 42 plus 6, 48. 48 plus 6, 52. 52 plus 6, 58. 58 plus 6, 62. 62 plus 6, 68. So 10 class intervals have been done. So I don't need this. Right? A small thing in a map. Right? Now I have 10 class intervals. Now telemarks. Right? Okay. 41. 41 belongs to this. 21. 21 belongs to this. 70 belongs to this. 65 belongs to this. 56 belongs to this. And 31. Here 33. Here 64. 64 here. 45. 45 here. 58. Tell me which one? This one or this one? X or Y? 58 belongs to X or Y. Yeah. Virginie, can you tell me? මම කලින් හප්පාර Virginie ගේ disconnect වුණානේ මේ 58 data belongs to X or Y. Data 58 belongs to class interval X or class interval Y. This one or this one? Yeah, X. Right, 58 belongs to X. Sorry, මේක. Right. 58, 33, 33, this one. 20, maybe. Then 73. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, did I miss anything? Good.
Sir, there is 34 into 40,
Oh, yeah.
not 36.
Oh, yeah. Ali, කියන්න බෑ. Right? අයියෝ. Why didn't you say earlier? ඇයි කලින් කිව්වේ නැත්තේ? So, මෙතන fix this one, 34 to 40, 40 to 46, 46 to 52, 52 to 58, blah blah blah, and up to here 70 to 76. Sorry, right. So guys, I will again fill 41. 41 related to this, right? 21 related to this. 17 related to this. 65 belongs to this. 56 belongs to this. 31, this. 33, this. 64, 64 here, right? 64 is here, right? Ending point. Then 45 here. 58 here. Ending point. 33 here. 20, 20, 20, 20 here, right? 73, 73 here, right? Then 27, 27, 27, 27 is here. 35, sorry, 27 is here, and 45, 45, 45, 45 is here. 39, 39, this 27, this 35, that's right, 35, this 62, 62, this 51, 51, 51, 51, this 53, this. So the 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. So if you want, you can calculate the, right? If you want, you can calculate the frequency, right? So 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 2, 10, 13, 13 plus 1, 14, 17, 17 plus 2, 19, 20, 21, right? So let's check out how many data are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 into 3, 21. So altogether
21.
21 data should be there. So perfectly match. So Buddha, your answer should be this one. Make an answer again. Right? Right. Okay, guys. So I will end the class from here. Right? Next week is the most important thing. Right? Finding the model class, median class, right? So on and so forth. Right, Buddha? So homeworks 28.2. 28.2. Yes, 28.2. And mixed exercise. Exercise 28.2 all, right? And mixed exercise